Day 2 Meloding ya Tshwane. Tshwane Melody. Now since just a recap for yesterday. So Mr. Radede, one of the adjudicators, the conductor. I think familiar, we all know him. Mr. Radede, welcome.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yesterday it was first day with development, standard and large choirs. Take us through yesterday.
Thank you very much. Yes, the difference between yesterday and today, one is yesterday's the songs were, the compositions were in a cappella without an accompaniment. That on its own is a bit of a challenge. Why I'm saying it's a bit of a challenge? Because one, the conductor must always make sure that the choir is singing in pitch. So then accuracy of pitch is very important. So also the coordination of the voices. I was quite impressed that the majority of the choirs that we see from the development phase, because I won't talk much about standard and large, but in the development phase that they have showed a sign of improvement in terms of accuracy of pitch. Okay, there were one or two choirs that they still need to improve in that. And also, what is very integral, it is the briefing technique that needs to be employed in when the choirs are rounding off their phrases. But overall, yesterday the choirs, they came prepared, and I was quite impressed. Thank you.
The question I want to ask, how long can we keep the choirs in development? Because we can't develop them for 5 years.
No, very true, very true. I think for the project level part, they need to assess in terms of the winning. Or for example, we said the choir might, if the choir obtained position 1 this year, the following year is promoted to standard section. Or maybe if the choir, it has ended, like for example, a choir participated in 2022, they were in the top 3, and 2023 they are also in top 3. I would promote that those choirs then be 1 or 2 be promoted to the standard section. But then we need also to be careful not to kill them. When they arrive in that particular section, now it's tough for them, then they want to go back to the battling. The formula, I would say the positions 1 and 2, they need to be promoted with time, of course. And maybe in the 2-year program we promote 2 choirs again in 2-year times, and then we promote another 2 choirs.
Then second day started already, accompanied by orchestra, doing Morena Rikupapula by K. Pali and Madiba, the African opera, by the well-known Mr. Sonjeza.
Correct. Let me first with the composition by part. But maybe before I go to the composition by part. Now, things have changed. Yesterday, the choirs were singing a cappella. It means then the conductor had the freedom to move around the stage. But today, there's no time for that, because there is an orchestra that needs to be coordinated. So the role of the conductor now becomes very much imperative. Now he needs to coordinate the chorus, needs to coordinate the trio on the standard section song. It needs also to coordinate the overall performance, which is the choir and the orchestra. So beating of time is very key. There is no time to only funny gestures, but the beating of time is very key here. On the song by Patti, this song, it comes from the opera that is currently composed. So its part is the extract from the opera by Give It Part. So this song is in 2 sections. First section, it is in what we call common time, which is the 4/4 time. So here, the chorus, they need to, the facial expression in the song plays a huge role. Firstly, the chorus asks to God. They plead to God. Morena, re kopa pula. So we need to be humble. Hence that even in the music it says in tranquil manner. It needs to be very soft. We pleading to God. This village has not had rain for some time. So now they pleading to God to give them rain. So now the second section, it is in what we call compound time. It is written 9/8 on the music sheet. So here now the choir, and now God has responded to this plea.
Yes.
And now we see another change of facial expression from the very sober to the very bright facial expression, because now God has granted them rain. Hence that now there is that change of tempo that the choir or the conductor needs clearly to depict these two characters. But then we have seen from the past performances, in terms of the facial expression, it still remains the same. For me, is that we need to analyze the music.
And have a research with the conductors.
Very true.
Madiba?
Madiba, fortunately, when Madiba was premiered in State Theatre, I was part of the production. I was part of the chorus. This composition for TCMA it is a finale for Act 1. So here we have three characters: Nosekene, which is a soprano, we have Justice, who is a tenor, and also Nelson, who's a bass or baritone. So now the conductor needs clearly to coordinate the coordination between the orchestra and the trio, the coordination between the trio and the chorus, and also the element of call and response between these two characters. So it needs to be clear.
I noticed the young conductors, they are conducting the orchestra very good. What can you say about this?
Look, firstly, we need to acknowledge the work by the organizers of TCMA to bring the orchestra at this level. Mostly, we have choirs from development and standard section. For the very first time, they're singing with the orchestra. We really need to applaud that. We're moving in the right directions. There's 2 or 3 conductors that has clearly well defined their conducting. It was well defined. I was quite impressed. Now we're moving in the right direction.
Late performance, afternoon performances.
They're going to be very interesting. More especially the last sections, we have 3 choirs and very experienced conductors. So then we're expecting them, no mistakes in terms of the coordination of the chorus and the orchestra. And the Battle of Nations. It's going to be a very tough one. I'm looking forward to this show.
Thank you, Mr. Radede.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay,
thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that